world's greatest sporting spectacles almost on us. It's the World Cup, FIFA World Cup 2014 in Brazil. We got some fantastic groups,
Great
and
groups.
we're just about to kick off.
Yeah.
What games are we looking forward to?
For me, first game to watch is the rematch of the 2010 final between Spain and Netherlands.
Was nice.
The last time that World Cup final will be best remembered by one, Netherlands' antics because they played rough. And I think Spanish fans haven't gotten over Nigel de Jong's tackle on Xabi Alonso's chest early in the match.
I think that's the last time England got to a World Cup final as well, at least in the referee.
Well, he's English. It's also best remembered for a lot of misses for Netherlands, especially in the second half when Robin had only Casillas to beat, but Casillas extended his right leg to force a save. And before Andres Iniesta won it in extra time, I think in the 117th, 18th minute, with a clean goal. That's the first big game to watch. Well, aside from the opener for Brazil, they face Croatia.
That should be a good game. Croatia are quite underrated.
Yeah. But I think it will be Brazil. This might be Brazil's year, but again, history doesn't fare
The host
a
country.
bit well for Brazil, considering that the last time they hosted the World Cup, they lost 2-1 against Uruguay in 1950. And
Quite a long time ago.
But still-
I mean, none of the players were born at that
We don't
point.
want to
yeah,
do.
the pressure is on them.
But in fairness, Uruguay are quite a strong team now. They were really good historically, but then dropped off the football map for a while, and now they've really come back strong again. Their group's very interesting.
Go.
For those who don't know,
He's affected.
Uruguay, Italy, Costa Rica, and England.
Yes.
England!
Which is a very nice group.
Group
I mean,
D.
you've got 3 very strong teams in there.
Yeah.
Well, 2.5 strong teams.
So Uruguay is the half.
No, England's the half. England's the half. Is there a team in there that we're looking at as potential winners of the entire tournament? I mean, because Italy, obviously, they won the previous World Cup before Spain. Or is their domestic game not messed up enough to win it this time around?
Well, I read from an article a few days ago. Paul Scholes was quoted that if England doesn't contain Pirlo, might as well bid their World Cup hopes goodbye.
Bye.
Yeah,
Italy wins the best dress though.
Yeah.
Bella?
Well,
Suit
Italy.
Should
Bella.
see the suits,
Dolce
man.
and
Ah.
Gabbana.
Should see the suits, man.
Yeah.
Well, they can be the best dressed all they want, but as long as they're just well dressed and they don't do much with that, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so who are we looking at for winners? Ronin, give us some. Obviously, you're wearing a Japanese shirt.
Yes.
I'm assuming that we're not looking at Japan to win the competition. But how far do you want Japan to go?
Keisuke Honda of AC Milan confidently said that Japan will make it to the quarterfinals.
Quarters.
Quarters.
Yes.
Oh,
But
yes.
round of 16, they will either face England or Italy or Uruguay. Should they make the round 16, which
Yeah.
they think they will.
Same group.
So,
That's difficult.
yeah, maybe. Well, I'm really rooting for Japan since
Yeah.
they're neighbors. And they said, love your neighbors. Hey, that's how it started. That's how it started back in 2006. Back in 2006, and
Love your neighbors.
aside from Captain Tsubasa and other football anime.
Australia are closer, aren't they?
They're Southeast Asia, remember?
Southeast Asia.
Technically,
They're Southeast
are-
Asia.
Technically.
In fairness, that was after 2006, so I think Ronin's still okay on that one. But who are we looking at to win the competition then?
Man, Brazil is a favorite by a lot. But then again, as previously mentioned, they're hosts. And the hosts don't win all the time.
England
Not
did.
good record.
Our only World Cup, 66 hosts. Boom.
1966.
So you know
Yeah.
who's he rooting to win?
Yep.
Obviously.
The signs.
I'd like
the
England to
signs are
win,
coming for England.
But I wouldn't bet. I wouldn't bet on it anyway. Although in fairness, there was that whole thing about like Atletico
Spain.
Madrid won the Champions, won La Liga.
La Liga.
Yep.
City
Real
won
Madrid won
Champions
the
League.
La Liga. Real Madrid won the Champions League. There we are. And Man City won the Premier
So
League
that's why no pressure England.
back in '66. Yeah. There really is no pressure though in England. It's an interesting one because there's a lot of good young players coming out there, and everyone's like, "Nah, they're going to be crap." I mean, you get Scholes and Cole. Like, I don't think they were answering many questions about that because it's pretty obvious that everyone's got low expectations about England now, which is a good thing, I think, because also Cole said that it's a good thing with low expectations because then they can surprise people. But every single previous World Cup, it's like, can we win it? Can we win it? And it's like,
But then-
no, look at the team. They're crap. They can't win it. But it's hopefully this time round there's less expectations, so you can look at some of the
So
younger
what's a
players
surprise?
coming out.
Surprise.
But anyway, so Brazil maybe.
I'm sticking to my team, Spain.
Spain.
I've been rooting them since 2002. I watched some of their heartbreaks in a number of competitions, and on a side note, it's also a swan song for a number of players like Xavi Hernandez. It's after this, and even Iker Casillas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
a lot.
it's another side. They also they're also questionable right now in terms of attacking potential, considering that you have a fringe striker in Fernando Torres
Oh,
and a striker is injured in Diego Costa, who
he's injured.
is hated by Brazilians
Yeah.
because he switched his nationalities.
So
It's
what's
true.
called.
He said it.
Yes. But yeah, I'm going for Spain, but I think
Who's going to get the goals?
Huh?
Who's going to get the goals?
Sergio Ramos.
Sorry,
He did it. He did
Yeah,
it.
did it.
He did it.
Rely on corners for the entire
He'll
tournament.
do it again.
One thing.
Better.
He'll surprise. He'll do another Sergio
If you
Ramos. in the
remember
World
what
Cup.
happened in Euro 2012,
He
who
can
was
do it.
scoring that time? It was Cesc Fabregas, Jordi Alba from defense,
Jordi
Juan
Alba.
Mata. So, it's an interesting lineup. How
Yes.
Spain will be faring in the World Cup.
They're all dangerous.
Also, another threat I think for the World Cup is Germany. Well, they've always been considered as favorites, and Argentina, which
Mm.
falls in the balance to a certain Lionel Messi if he delivers it.
How about you, Yabs? We've got Brazil, Spain.
Well, he said my team. He said Spain, but yeah, he does have a
Spain
point.
also.
But yeah, Spain also. But I think in Group G, you have Germany, Portugal, Ghana, and USA. And I feel so bad sometimes for the US here because
Don't worry about it. They colonized the world. They deserve
I
it.
feel so bad.
Hi, Coach Lee, we're rooting for USA.
I mean, being grouped with, and you know the history between Ghana and the US, and every time Ghana plays the US gets out of the competition. And they're still in the same group. And with Germany.
Without
And
Ronaldo.
Portugal.
And Portugal with Cristiano Ronaldo. I mean, if Cristiano is better, if he's not,
He's not injured.
he's not injured, then maybe he can bring the whole team up, whatever.
But problem
But-
with Portugal is everybody relies on him.
Exactly.
You'll need a good stock of horse placenta, I
Yeah.
think, for him there.
But Germany still is a very strong team. Very,
Consistent
very
placer
strong.
for 2 consecutive
It's a shame.
World
Yeah.
Cups. Might win it.
Yeah.
Might
They-
win it.
this might be the year.
It's a shame, but
This
yeah,
might be the
Germany.
year. This might be the year.
They're a good side. They got a lot of good young players
Yeah.
as well, and they're really focused
Minus,
on the grassroots.
minus
Okay.
Royce though. Minus Royce.
Let's talk about England.
Yes.
On a serious note.
I think we've spoken.
Serious
about England.
note?
Serious note, come on.
Yeah.
You don't trust Roy Hodgson.
What?
My namesake. Me and Roy, we go way back. It's it was an interesting decision is to make him the manager of England, given that everyone was looking at Harry Redknapp at the time. But it was he plays very defensive football a lot of the times, but it's quite efficient. I mean, he did very well with West Brom. Didn't have much time with Liverpool, admittedly, but that's kind of the point. He's always been there with the smaller teams. Managed Switzerland for a while. But yeah, no one's looking at England as the World Cup winners, really. I mean, I think we're good on Brazil, Spain, maybe Argentina and Germany, especially. But it should be really good to see what happens there. And this could be the year that Lionel Messi cements his legacy. And it's kind of what it's
Might be.
building up to be. And that'd be quite nice to see, I think, actually. But yeah, we'll give you a bit of the action on Twitter. But before that, okay, how about this then? If you've got Brazil, you've got Spain, you've got
Seriously.
Spain too, but I just said Germany.
Germany.
They could win it.
Okay, I'll
They
take
could.
Argentina then as you're the fourth one.
Japan will surprise though. Zettai Katsuzo.
So anyway,
Even the US.
all right. So
Oh, US is hard group, man.
we'll set up the drinking game next time round on the next episode. We talk about
what
the
are we
World Cup.
betting on
We've
again?
got it
What
sorted.
are we betting on again?
So we'll give all the details to you on Twitter at SCW Sports.
What?